you? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you going? She does? Or is that the one that's in Fontaine?
That's Farina, right over there.
Like, is it Golden Troop or something like that? Or Troop A?
Just give up. This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Are you?
Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out.
Don't give up. Never give up.
I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's just us.
Number Nighttime Whispers? Nighttime Whispers.
So it is you, blonde traveler.
That was
from
my
another
air
land.
conditioner turned on. No, that's rain
I
outside.
almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel.
Dude,
and
the
beg
fact
for
that the
my
act comes back that fast.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this
Savvy,
morning
no.
was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were, disturbing my enjoyment of the arts? They even dare to tout their Archon. I must
Are you even
teach
the
them a
Archon?
lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be
Dude,
found.
I'm just thinking about how the voice
And I'm
actor
sure
like
Nivelette and those people
was
from the Mars
acting
Dusty
when
Phantom
saying
are
this.
freaking out right next to them too.
No, Savvy.
Of course not.
This is Android
Hey, there
18.
she is. The Hydro Archon's over there.
What are they gonna say? Get her?
Quick, after her.
After brother, there's 3 of you. I will turn you into
Farina,
a
those people
doormat.
seem to be after you.
They are. They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
You gonna stop them? Harry Potter in the Chamber is loaded.
Farina just ran off.
Yeah, what are these 3 random citizens going to do to a god? Especially with me right there as another god. Maybe they can take Paimon. There's literally 3 of us. It's an even fight. Doesn't seem to be the real Archon. Oh no! Wow, we're hiding! Yay! 2 guys and a woman, and we're trying to jump an Archon. I guess
Should be the
we
place,
don't
right?
want to kill them, so that's why we're running.
There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
What is this place?
I have not pulled Chi-Chi.
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Paimon nerf is strong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fruna can take all 3 of them, but we do have Paimon, so that means that she can really take 0 of them. Paimon is a hindrance. Paimon, it's because the Pokemon didn't want in development. Paimon is the equivalent if Pokemon could speak English in the show.
So tired. I totally thought they had caught me.
Or maybe that's
No,
Dragon
I mean,
Lord.
I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed. You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
Ayo, what? Just wait, Ayo, wait a second.
The ground's shaking.
Did Paimon just call
Is it an
Farina a
earthquake?
good girl? Does Farina have a praise kink? I swear to
Yeah.
God, dude.
A quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
Poisson? Poisson?
It can't be. It's happening again?
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Novelette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah.
This is the best quest
hope
in
you're
Genshin?
right.
Really?
But the people of Poisson, they've
Poisson.
already...
Oh. Hopefully we get some acting from Tanjiro here.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Teyvat, searching
Mediocre
for clues and
actress?
feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways too to hold back the sea.
If she wasn't a
Anything to
god,
keep
what would
the
she be?
coastline from advancing.
You know?
But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end.
Like, everybody
Really,
puts up with it because
the truth
she's
has
a
been clear
god.
to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way.
He's not saying the voice
and the
actor
prophecy shall be
is
fulfilled.
mediocre. He's saying that Farina as a character is a mediocre actress because she acts so over the top. Like, as in, like, it's all facade.
Give up.
Give my white
I
channel
do
for
love
Farina
the
get her to
sound
see
of
more.
this. It would mean finally coming to terms with
I
fate,
know what you're
but
talking about.
also for
It was
me to
a
finally be
fiance,
free.
but they spent like $600 or whatever on it.
Indeed. I've thought about giving up so many times. Especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true.
Out of
And
180
so
on
many
Farina.
people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the
It's
impulse
crazy.
to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all. Don't take any of what I just said seriously.
Really?
How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
This girl's crazy. We're going
I could've
Deathfire,
sworn you were
aka
actually
Deadpool.
being honest just now.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my
Wait, who's
duty
Mekti?
alone. A witness. Yes. I've heard that you
Time-
came to Teyvat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you
Oh, Wolfie, you're
never
seeing stuff you
belonged
haven't
here.
Played in
And
Genshin yet?
if
That's
Teyvat
nuts.
is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator.
Also,
aren't
Wolfie,
you?
wasn't it your birthday, like... Was it
If
Wednesday?
that's the case...
You're right, aren't you? What? That's been $600? No.
I...
Oh, wait, this is actually animated. But a Minecraft Monday? Full-time job. What? It's magic. It's a magic show. Your birthday? I thought I saw your stream notification while I was at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
What?
So, this is what it is. Yes,
Was this put together
you
by
deserve
Father?
praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself.
Where did this? Oh, it's behind
Does
us. I
it
was
not
like, where did the
strike
stage
you
go?
as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I
Yes,
interpret
man.
these words
Oh, hi.
as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Oh. Oh.
You...
The fact that Chlorine is like the biggest dick in the room. Well, not really, because Nouvellette exists.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
You don't like Liney? Also, the fact that we have a duel on the stage.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Nouvellette isn't a dick. No. I said the biggest dick in the room, like the most
Lady
confident.
Farina,
Like,
what is the meaning of this?
it's like I'm gonna call in Bigger Boot.
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding.
It's like
To
Game
be
of Thrones, like
clear,
calling the mountain.
raising of both hands
7
is not
foot tall,
always an
500-pound
indication of
monster.
surrender.
Looking for excuses
Love
again,
Newbie. Oh, you have
huh?
Newbie? Nice.
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I
mean, she would
will
win that,
admit
wouldn't she?
That I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry,
The
everyone.
voice actor did such a good job.
I was unable to protect the people of Poisson.
Well, I think he's the strongest person in the
for
room.
my crimes.
Well, I don't know
You
about
are
Traveler.
not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself.
Actually, who is the strongest person? Is it
But now,
is it Traveler? Is it
time for the
Nouvellette?
Hydro
It's definitely not
Archon to
Farina.
show you her
Definitely
courage
not
and
Chlorine. Chlorine's not
resolve.
strong enough to take on Newbie.
I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice. This time,
meaning of Christmas.
I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding
C6
before
Farina,
your
what?
eyes. Mark my words.
Okay,
This
did you really have to do a
shall be
twirl?
one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the
There's currently
Hydro
one person
Archon,
stronger than anyone in
Thessalor,
here.
will now begin.
Ever realized? Is it Paimon?
Oh, now we're making history.
1v1 Fortnite? No.
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
So Traveler is stronger
Alright
than a
then.
Sovereign. That makes sense.
Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
Yeah. We had to head out, see you tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow's stream would have to be early, like multiple hours early.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Were we a part of this plan? Because I didn't
Did
know.
a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
Tim Farina as hard as they
I can
did
go
for
over the
father.
tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since
Oh,
they were
hi,
rather
Navia.
straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you.
How early give me a
The
time?
people's resentment against their
had to
Archon
be
has
there
been building as
by-
more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was
Means I gotta
all we
leave at, like,
needed to
4.
turn smoldering anger into
So
a
probably
flame.
like 1 to 2
Moreover,
p.m.
According to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean The ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina.
Well, you were in
And
Poisson.
their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box, so you may personally
Oh,
participate
so how in the world did that
the
work?
greatest magic
We literally
performance
just saw
in
magic.
all of Fontainian history.
Where's
That's
Father
right.
at? There's an empty
That
chair.
house was a magic box.
There's an empty
rather
chair
than
next to
someone's
them.
Residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and
Okay,
the
why did
distance
you-
it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. Its cargo,
That's
of
actually
course,
nuts.
was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
That,
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off.
but they
We
have
had
to
to select a
physically move it.
location, construct the giant magic box,
How did you
dig
do
a
it?
tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work.
So how
for
did
all
we
of us.
move it without them noticing?
So, in other words...
So what, was on a rail?
The earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of
Why
the whole house?
are we revealing this?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a
Charlotte's there?
crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight.
I think Clorin's
Also
always
that
ready
as
for a
soon
fight.
as
She
I
literally
appear
appeared out of
on the
nowhere and
stage,
saved us.
The trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is
Probably Scythe
correct.
Daddy. Wow,
Well,
everybody's
Cloran,
plotting against her.
I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler,
I would want to see it.
I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson. You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. Oh?
DBZA, don't you just mean Dragon Ball Z in general?
Is that so?
Or is it an
Then I
iron thing? I
suppose
was like, that
must have
doesn't
missed
look like
my
a fancy
final
weapon for her.
chance. It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason
Archon
to
needing character
disappoint the
development?
audience.
She's only 500 years old.
Let's see
Look
this
at,
trial through to
look
the
at
very
Nahida.
end.
You know? Like, Nahida was just a baby.
Sir
Like a toddler.
Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This
I don't think
is
Sir
a document
Prosecutor's
that
a
Miss
title.
Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too!
Shouldn't
Hey, Charlotte!
the other side also get the same document?
Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine!
Is that... Can you use
So
that in
other
court?
words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument!
Develop
Let's
more?
quickly
Yeah.
confirm the information in it.
Dude,
Just
Zhongli
leave it
is
as
what,
a
5,000,
reflection,
6,000
alright?
years old?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in
Oh.
the very first duel. I did this is the first time Monsieur Nervilette had a difference of opinion with the Fatui Harbinger. She's
Father.
an extraordinary person. The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed. I hear the words of someone as
This is
extraordinary
just a
as witch.
refresher. Tea time with N. The whale in a dream. Okay. I mean, sure. I guess that's a refresher because they're about to have me do something.
The prosecution and the defense are
It's a
both in
gulag.
position. The
Yes, she
trial
was.
shall now begin.
Dude, that's still so funny.
Come on,
That was
Nervy
still
Lad.
so funny to
There's
me.
No need to
She's on a
repeat all
motorcycle,
the
just
unimportant
boom.
legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses.
Hey, Dad.
As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this. Of course, it is only natural for
I mean, I haven't
humans
seen
to struggle
Mavliki
to
yet.
understand the actions of a god. However,
Why do we like
you
Barbados?
will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
Guilty.
That's true. But my
Tanjiro.
charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Tag shame?
Wait.
From her father.
What was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try
It
the
would make
Hydro
sense.
Archon for
It would
forsaking
make
the
sense.
Queen.
We have yet to. That's why she
hear that
stood
right?
down or surrendered to
Not an Archon at all?
Chlorine because she's
Charge
not actually an
accepted.
Archon. What do you mean charge accepted?
Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge?
Mavlika is a way better character. Really? I look
Lady
forward to.
Farina.
I plead not guilty.
Wait, how would actually
How
Notland's
can
next?
I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de
Prove it.
Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters,
That was
kindreds,
a cool
peoples,
transition.
and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah. Even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far
She's
to
having
doubt
to
her
remind
very
you that she's the
identity?
Archon.
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either.
I have.
Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many
Common
of the
sense
members of
is
the
the thing in
audience
court.
have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born.
That doesn't make
There
it
would
true,
be
though.
No fooling their memory. See?
All because
Even
they
the
believe that you
Oratries
are.
has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a
What's it
charge
called?
that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the god of justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to give
Or
you the
what
chance
is it? The
to
Oratries.
surrender. If you must persist,
Is it
then
Mechanique?
let me ask. If you believe I'm
What is it
not
called?
the Archon,
It's four.
then what
It's four
manner
words.
of being do
I know
you
one's
think
like
I am? And if
Oratries,
I was not the
Mechanique,
Archon, then how did
Cardinal.
I manage to live for over 500 years?
No one can refute that because nobody lives that long. Oh, what would be a good irrelevant? Wait, why? Okay, I guess it's just straight up irrelevant. I mean, that might be it. Ortrice Mechanique Dianalis Cardinal.
Doesn't sound
That's
right.
it.
Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case.
Oh, wait, what?
First of all, you may be a
Trying
member of another
of
long-lived
this?
race.
Yeah?
Which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend
I
your
did the math.
life.
I could reach either high AR 58 or low 59. I don't know where
Who
I
gave
would
you
be at.
that idea? Was it the knave?
Don't mention
You'd
father.
sink so low as to use
There's
a
an open
Harbinger's
seat
words
next to
against me.
Liney and Lynette for father. Father is making an appearance here.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of
Nivola,
this
what did
claim,
you know?
Perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Nivola sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them.
Yeah, unless they showcase their power.
Impossible.
Orchis
Well,
Mechanistica
don't start
Cardinal.
celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove
But the
that I am merely
the
a
Archon's
human
power
being?
comes from the Sovereign. Wouldn't
Besides,
she have a piece
everyone knows
of
that the main difference
Nouvelette's
between a human
power?
and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods.
Okay,
For centuries,
do something that we can't.
manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house.
Orchis Mechanistica d'Analyse Cardinal.
The indemnitium that is used in every aspect of
Indemnitium?
life.
What? Yeah, she has no control. Oh, yeah, because of... There it is. She said the thing.
You tried to reference the Oratrice. But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice
The
declared child to be
Oratrice
guilty without
Mécanique
any
d'Analyse Cardinal.
Otherwise, you should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
Didn't I make myself clear
Doesn't have the
at
Sovereign's
time?
power in her entire Archon
The
class?
decisions of the
Makes
gods
sense.
are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There
Are
is
we-
no
is she really
need
saying
to
skill
provide
issue
an explanation.
in court?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove
The fact that no
yourself
one's above the
unable
law
to
is
defend
nuts.
against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold
Virgil paid
vital
taxes.
information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady
What is the
Farina.
dog doing?
I've merely reiterated the rules of the court.
What is the dog doing?
Rules
Enjoy the
that
chair
all
stream.
should respect and follow.
And literally just walk in, look at her in her crate, and go, "What the dog doing?" And she just stops. Where's the puppy? In her crate.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice.
Yeah.
Instead of having been created by
Give me
you,
a moment.
the
Crash Bandicoot 4. I can only
authority
stream
you mentioned
2
has
times a
been
week
made
now.
by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
I think she's playing with
The
her food
real
bowl in
Hydro
her crate, and they got a
Archon.
whole bunch of noise.
Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did
Also,
not
explain
know
her
why
eyes
the
then, if
Oratrice
she's not
gave out
the
a guilty verdict
Archon.
that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident
Baldur's
that
Gate
we won't
3?
be able to produce proof
I don't know about that.
she has no power over the Oratrice.
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the
There's an
audience.
empty seat
How can
for
I
a
just
father.
carelessly
Right there.
demonstrate
I don't
the
know why they would
formidable
put father
power
right
of an
next to a random
Archon?
person.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
The fact that he's like, yeah, I can protect
Aren't you
everybody
the Hydro
here.
Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the
The
authority
NPC's
of a
not
god?
for Fruminate, no.
Indemnitium.
Father needs to make an
It's
appearance.
all because of Indemnitium. All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium.
Really?
Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives.
What?
Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
You expect us to
Isn't
believe
that
it?
a huge stretch?
Yeah, no
Oh,
matter how
she's
generous an
crazy.
Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
Well, without her, I guess you wouldn't be alive if that was the situation. Ooh.
Seems like
Ooh.
nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone.
Powered by Unobtainium.
Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar.
Also, would y'all
I'm still
watch
the same
if I did
Furina you
like
knew,
Pokemon
right?
cards and stuff?
The one that you loved.
Random question. If I opened up like boxes or packs of Pokemon cards, would y'all watch that as like a video or
Got to
stream?
believe me.
If what the prosecutor
We don't have to
says
believe
true,
you. Why is
she really has committed a
It
grave
seems like she has no choice but to play
deceive
this.
all
Is
of
she
us?
blackmailed? Is she endangered?
Parents and grandparents too, and all of our ancestors, ever since they were born.
Who says that she was around for them?
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no
Cards
evidence
next.
of another Hydro
Are you
Archon's
cards making a
existence,
comeback?
nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to
Duke video
say that
cigarette
I'm
gotcha
not
pack opening.
actually the real deal?
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
Yeah, why are we forcing her to do this? She clearly doesn't want to do it. She probably has a pretty good reason for it. She's gonna reveal this, and is that it? I don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
Is that it?
It has been established
Okay.
that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate
What if
all
she's not a
suspicions of
Fontainian?
you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though
well.
you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Nope, Navia can do what she wants.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest
God,
friends.
why are we forcing her to?
Miss
Why are
Furina,
something
Would
bad?
you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you
Why
are
was it
indeed the
ready
real
like
Hydro
that?
Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All
She
it should do is
really
strengthen your
doesn't
case.
want to do this.
But if
Why?
you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse.
Like, she's put up this much of a
Oh,
fight.
and I must remind
Don't
you
force
that
it out of
after
her.
the disaster at Poisson,
There's a reason.
Nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler
Drink
path
of the
admitting
lead,
guilt.
drink the perp.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
Don't need
If
to.
Lady
None
Furina's
of you need
indeed
to
just
speak.
a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Yeah, but here's the thing. What if she... That's a gamble, because there's a chance that she wasn't a Fontainian.
Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Well, of course.
I
you
mean,
have to
her
tell her
eyes
that.
are eye
But
drop.
refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
Not necessarily,
She's
because he just
staring at
said.
the water without saying a single word.
I mean, it
Really
would
does seem
definitely
like she's quite terrified of it.
come into play
That could
with the
only
Oratrice's
mean-
decision.
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
I mean, what if she was a god of a
Due
different
to the
nation?
inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina, you may...
Maybe she doesn't believe that she's the
Hey!
god? Maybe she doesn't have her gnosis?
I'm
Same
fine.
logic he's refusing a
Look!
breathalyzer test?
Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here.
Something's
I
gonna
haven't
happen.
been dissolved. Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon. I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon
Normal
as they touch
human?
This water. Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
Drink
Miss
it.
Siegewien? If you're present, Miss Siegewien, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siege Win?
It'll just take a few seconds. Let me see.
Uh-oh.
That should be enough.
You didn't even look at her.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegwien.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that
she's human.
she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Thank you, Miss Siegwien. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant's
I don't know what
Wait,
she could say to this.
What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
No, because
Well,
Fremene's gonna make an
considering
appearance,
your
probably.
tendency to run from your problems, I did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we
She would
exchanged it for
rather
a sample
die.
that is not
Also,
concentrated
Sigween
enough to
kicking her
dissolve
feet.
an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness.
Nice.
It's a great thing
Everyone's
that the direct
teaming
sample
up
wasn't
on
actually
Farina.
used. Farina
Everyone.
could have...
I can't believe you.
This is what happens when you have Mike Ross and Harvey Specter going against you. Can't have known the consequence of touching the water as a human. I'm like, how she keep her facade and save her own life? Yes, we're finally figuring it out.
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial
That is a fair
seawater?
point.
Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
Believe me, please, believe me. I wouldn't lie, believe me.
Anyone, just listen.
Oh no, this is sad.
I swear, I really am your Archon.
This is getting sad. Oh, Farina. This is heartbreaking.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Farina
I think
to
she
win.
is the Archon. I just
believe
don't
the
think she
time
has
for
any
arguments
power.
and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Why didn't my girlfriend just send me a text message TikTok instead of just sending it on TikTok? Bad things happening. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe she lost her gnosis?
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is guilty.
What? The silence, dude.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Nani? Was this the prophecy?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
You said the thing.
Farina is
not guilty.
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Huh?
Isn't that correct then?
No.
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, Guilty. To be punished via the death sentence.
The death sentence?
That's actually one of
But
the available sentences?
It called her the Hydro Archon,
It's
though.
just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court.
Oh, wait, it's never been
The
done?
very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice?
Is Farina
We
Jesus?
just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This outcome is indeed quite strange.
Quite strange, yet
According
very
to Fontaine's
strange.
current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah!
I mean, people die.
Shay wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice.
He should have
You know,
been.
the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro Archon in the
But
first
it
place.
still called her that.
But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
The numbers, Mason. Well, it means we gotta put Farina down.
Excuse
Crimine.
me, if I may interrupt.
And also, that's not a soundboard.
Is the trial still going?
Fremine! Oh, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
Wait, Father.
Is that the first prophecy?
Mmm.
Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
Why would she do that, though?
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water.
Bro is that good at diving, though.
But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father.
Why do you speak so slowly, Fremine?
Thank you for your hard work,
how in the
Mr.
world did he
Fremine.
get this up?
Please allow me to review the record left on the slate.
Hydro Archon, not
Traveler,
Farina. Oh, yeah, I know.
believe that you have already seen the other existing
Oh,
slates.
wait, it didn't say
I'd like
Farina
you to come here
specifically.
and confirm
That's
their
true.
contents.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Could this be another situation like the Raiden Shogun
Hydro
and
Archon just guilty
E?
of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Farina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon.
I don't have a shower gun yet. I have a living room
Say
gun.
Hydro
Living
Archon.
room desk gun.
Do you mean the real
bedroom
Hydro
gun.
Archon we've been kind of talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember.
Thanks. Kitchen gun? No, I don't have a kitchen gun. Don't have a car gun yet. Hot tub gun? Don't have a hot tub. Find scenarios really soon. Okay. Umbrella gun, dining room gun, since you don't eat. The dining room's right next to the kitchen.
Describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't
That's also
expecting
good.
that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well. The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them.
What?
This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontanians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing? The third slate shows the Hydro Archon seeking into the sea surrounded by many people.
AKA dying, probably. Sacrificing. Crucifixion.
Also watch that happen to someone else?
I mean, it makes sense that they're all Oceanids.
Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontanians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her
I don't know
throne,
why
and
you
so
see
on.
people's... Oh, I guess the water levels rose? Is that what that is?
We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and not if.
Evidence... So... No... Is it this? Okay. Okay, then which one is it? Okay.
We know from the case of the serial
Tanjiro.
disappearances of young women that Fontanians can be dissolved in primordial seawater. And the first stone slate tells us that long ago, the Hydro Archon used her power to turn Oceanids into humans. This might be the reason that Fontanians can dissolve.
Okay. Heaven sub rather than judgment upon them. First try. Let's go.
To take place has all
I can never skip
before.
Tanjiro
And
talking.
the true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalet mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine
Also, this
by
stream has
Celestia,
flown by. What in
as
the world? I
recorded
guess
on the
we're
stone slates.
It's only an hour and a half in.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment.
Oh, yeah.
The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could
Are
that
there-
be alluding to the same
Yeah, there's
thing?
characters in the game that you can play as that are dead, right? Wait, or Signora. Because Signora, that's a character that's dead, right? But you can't... I don't think you can play as her.
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society. But not many people believed it at first. The fortress of
Navia guards,
Meropide
yeah.
was nearly flooded with
Any
primordial
dead playable
seawater,
characters in Genshin?
which we know can cause Fontanians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy may come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
Okay, I feel like we're about to have some massive reveal from
Primordial sea but
Farina.
won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form
Also-
of an Oceanid.
Is this not somewhat similar to Attack on Titan?
The Hydro Archon was
In a
sentenced
sense.
to death in court, shocking everyone present.
Without spoiling anything? Does that not sound familiar?
That her sin was actually Fontaine's
Like,
original
them
sin.
all being connected to the primordial seawater?
Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved.
And then
She was
the,
surrounded by the people of Poisson in a
what are they
court
called?
within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was
Are you
the
implying
surest
Farina
sign
is
that
going
the
to cause the
prophecy was
rumbling?
about to
No,
come to
no,
pass
no.
no
I'm
matter
just
what.
saying that they're all connected. The people of Farina are all connected. Just like the,
Contents can all be verified
what are
by
the people in...
recent events.
What are they called
If we combine
in
what
Attack
we
on
know
Titan?
together, loads of truths should come to light.
I'm just waiting for the on your feet, Dad. On your feet, Dad. Pretty long, so I don't know what happened if you quit. After cutscene, I'm not sure it'll be safe. I mean, we're gonna go a little bit past 7. Because that's why I got all my groceries done beforehand. Because usually, grocery stores close like an hour after my stream went in. So, audience, that's it.
Make sense of it.
all the Eldians are connected through the
Feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking
something.
revelations.
They're all connected.
Let's hear them.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
Well, what's the definition of a real human? Maybe people from other realms are the same way.
Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial. All of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Not everyone. There's other people there.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission.
So did she have her
That
powers
could
taken?
also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin
That's
was
Celeste.
creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years,
Also, nobody
the
said if they would
Hydro
watch me open
creations
Pokemon
have turned
cards.
around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
Did I not say Farina is Jesus?
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea?
I don't think it was a ring of people.
So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people
So
of
she'll be
Fontaine
all
be
alone
washed away.
again.
Did Paimon get all that
Because I'm guessing the original
You've made
one
some
was,
keen
or
deductions.
Bosalor was
I must
like
say, given how much you still don't know,
alone, so
it is
created
impressive that you've already managed to
Fontainians
connect so many pieces of the truth.
out of the seawater.
However, while you were able to decode all the
And was
information
punished?
on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source. When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion. Now
Somehow
that the slate
75%
collection
of the story
complete,
is
I
not
shall
enough.
make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Farina, care to comment?
Well? Did you get
Also, is he gonna reveal that he's a
I
sovereign
believe I
yet?
should
or
share
no?
this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as
All
well.
of them?
I will
Where?
try to briefly summarize it for you.
This isn't everybody in Fontaine.
Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct.
Okay.
In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Just grow legs, dummy.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have
And that's
those
why I love
experiences
theater.
for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life,
Did the
Hydro
water
Archon,
rise
as one
and
of the
kill
7,
all the humans?
did not possess the authority to create a new
Oh.
form of human life.
So how do they
Not
know?
one to
How did
give
the
in.
Oceanids see
She
humans?
eventually
though?
found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process.
Mimics?
But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
But why can't we see them as Oceanids?
Of course, The Hydro Archon never received permission from the Heavenly Principles to create a new human race.
Okay, who are the Heavenly
Thus,
Principles?
The Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial
And
sea.
the Heavenly Principles are
That
trying to
is the true
erase
history
those
of how
sins
the people of Fontaine first came into being.
by killing them.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
Okay, I
That's
mean...
way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single
Wait,
thing.
do they not reproduce? Do they not have kids?
Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death.
I've seen kids
After all, her
in
only
Fontaine,
sin was
alright?
creating us.
Context.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Yeah,
The
they're trying. Yeah, they're trying
hypothesis
to
regarding the
erase
third
life.
and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct. A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved.
But how did the Oceanids...
Which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not
How do
water
they
from
get
the
jealous of
primordial sea.
humans? When did they ever
the
see
nation
humans?
of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro,
Maybe
as
it's just
well
all
as
the
the
other
nation
nations?
of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes,
This is exactly how...
it refers to our present situation.
Did she not realize?
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy...
So does Farina have to
truth,
die for the Fontainians
everything
to
we've done
exist?
has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So
But she
now
doesn't
it
die
seems
because you just said there's no
we're the
dead
ones
playable
making sure it
characters.
comes true.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
Yes. So they didn't doom everything
Is
by
this what it
making
feels
this
like
happen.
to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the fourth slate, you probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes?
Yeah, that makes sense.
However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
What is it? What have I encountered before?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
Oh. Okay.
It was
First
both
try.
dream and reality.
I mean,
About a true cult
that wouldn't be something that chat would lie about, right?
the primordial sea, right?
The
truth,
narwhal?
the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Is a narwhal. Let's kill it. Lied about far less. That's true. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Yes, animation. Hey, it's a narwhal that I have killed many, many, many times. Nouvelette, do something. I just felt Sukana's presence. So now this is the sea level rising is this guy coming to wipe out all the Fontanians. Oh, and then this is the night thing that I hate fighting so much. Wait, he's fighting the narwhal? But he's trapped inside the narwhal, isn't he? Who is this? Wait, that's Child? Is that not who I fight inside of the narwhal? You've been inside the well? This is all Bible, by the way. Who was the dude that got eaten by the whale?
That was way too close.
Who got eaten by the whale?
Just burst into the opera house. Wait.
Foul legacy form? Bro's trying to
Huge
escape.
whale you saw in your dream?
Jonah? Yeah, Jonah got eaten by the whale.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while.
What?
It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
And it's here.
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist.
Huh.
Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontanians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again?
Yes.
Once it's managed to recover its strength?
It's a god.
That is correct.
It's kind of like a
Indeed,
black hole.
It is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for
You
buying
know,
us some time.
having the
Without him, the
consuming
whale
the
would
planet,
have likely
or
come
solar
onto land
system,
far
galaxy.
sooner.
Well,
From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
Navi and Chlorine out of Fontaine. What about New Valette?
We've always known
I have a
that we
lot
had
of
special
Fontanian
connection with that
characters.
whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded
Where's
in the
Farina?
prophecy,
Is she still sitting up in the
to
chair?
stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
And we are going to be the one to break the prophecy because we are the difference maker because we are
It had
not
already
from
absorbed
this
too
like
much of the primordial
dimension,
sea's
universe,
energy before
planet.
we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
So I have to go kill it.
That's not something I will accept.
Well, Navia,
We've
congratulations.
already done
You're going to be the
everything
main
we
one on my
can,
team
and
doing
we even
it.
found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Well,
Indeed,
that's not fair, but
that's not how a
where's
grand
Father?
performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end. No
I
matter
know
what.
you will, Clorin.
So the
I'm glad I
prophecy
already
will be
have
fulfilled
Clorin
no
because
matter what,
this would make
huh?
me want her even more. Because she's nuts. The fact that
The
she is
prophecy.
always just like
Yes,
about that
what has
action.
been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
Yes, but I'm the traveler. I am not from this realm. I will change how things go out. I can change fate.
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide,
Who's talking?
no matter what will happen in Tevat's future.
Is that Farina being
All
like serious?
you need to do is to play your part.
This is a flashback? Oh. What is her real secret? Yeah, I'll change the future. Ooh, more animation! More animation, let's go!
What's happening with the Oratrice?
Say its full name, Navia.
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
What? Oh, she's giving up.
Furina!
Tanjiro!
No, I still need answers.
Dude, he sounds just like Tanjiro. What a jump! He's getting all the answers from that. Also, wait. Where does he have to be in order to be underneath her tier? Who dat? I think everybody likes when Tanjiro voice acts. Is that Focalor? Like, Focalor, Forcelor? That anklet's cute. Wait, is it also a toe ring? What the? Oh my god, hello!
You.
Furina?
Sorry. That shocked expression on your
So it
face
was
is
another
just too amusing.
Raiden situation,
I
right?
couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
Ah, the sweet
Focalor.
sound of bewilderment. Marvelous.
Same voice actor.
A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Don't try to pull rank on a sovereign.
Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the
who?
heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
What?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it?
So did things go exactly how they were
Everyone doomed
supposed to?
dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused.
I like this outfit.
In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril.
Also, is
So
a
yes,
sovereign not a heavenly
as you have
principle,
no
or is that
doubt
like his boss?
surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum.
Was it like
I
14
had to
million
outwit
possibilities? There's
the
only
heavenly
one to come out on top?
principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume
gods
that's
here
why
still Furina.
Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now,
Who took the
it
sovereign's
was
power?
hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of
I really
creating a
feel
new
like
race of humans,
Fontaine has
I dare
advanced
say she left
all
me
up to
quite
that
a
story.
colossal mess to clean up.
I'm not sure if Notlin did the same.
But one can only
But this has
play
done a
the
ton
hand
for the
one
story.
is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
Oh.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being.
Yeah, so she
The
literally
me
was
you
just
see
like
before you now
a human.
is that divinity.
Yeah.
And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina.
How is this
She
not
could
like
feel
E
joy,
and Raiden
sorrow,
though?
and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind
But she was no
only a
different than
human
anyone
could
else.
possess,
She was just a shell
as
of
were her
the human shell of the god.
But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
How do you deceive
Do you still
them?
remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon
So she
in
knew.
the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
So, she's
But
really...
Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being.
Also, Ray Chase is
Cannot
phenomenal.
begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years.
That's nuts.
And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably
That's, I guess, why she doesn't know how to act
unbearably
genuine.
lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Wow. So you really came up with this plan. Also, we weren't in that. Oh, so that's why okay. I want to say, wait, she about to like sing or something? Okay. Do we stop here? Like, the music is so somber. Yeah, I don't think this is a stopping point. Special story mode. We continue. Oh, I can't climb. This is so cool. God to a god? Father Sovereign? Navia?
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self.
August? That's August, but
I must
okay.
ask you to keep to the rules. All right. It is not my intent to
Don't look at me,
reprimand
don't look
you.
at me. I'm gonna
There
look at
is
you.
no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance.
The audience is the heavenly principles.
Oh, do not jest. Can you not
Just
feel
let's say,
it?
look, Is that what she's telling me?
I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontainians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
This is the role that you have been forced to play. Yes, because she's not trying to fool me, she's trying to fool the Heavenly Principles. Which means we need to play a part in that as well. I think, right? Or maybe she's just been doing it so long that she doesn't know how to do anything else.
Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon.
Hey, yo. Oh, really? Can't be... Okay, whatever.
Ow!
Hey!
I'm fine.
Let's wait for those to come back. Jesus, fool everyone and everything. Yeah.
Hey, what gives? The
Another one. Oh, so it's only gonna be
watching
one?
me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards?
What is this then?
Bow your head. An oversight on my part.
Yep. You're not gonna interrupt me. Go back to Nadia, do this. Oh, no one else? Or is there gonna be a final fight? The eyes of the people on her. A ticket? What? From the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? Oh no, it's just a straight up ticket. Okay. Is that a ticket for the show? Are we gonna sit down? We can just watch the show. Yes, let's watch the show. Don't tell me it's one of these, like, picture things. Give me actual... Hi, Farina. Oh, there's no running, there's no nothing, there's no jumping. All you can do is walk towards the mirror as Farina. Can I interest you in everything? All of the time.
Farina. Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Oh, it's me.
I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're Mirror Me?
But taller me.
How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror Me.
Mirror me.
What do you wish to
Be
say?
me? Me me.
Have you heard of it?
What
Weirdly hot me. French derogatory.
Wait. I know. I think... I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will
French
the sins
derogatory.
of the
He's still
people of
so funny to
Fontaine
me.
be washed away.
I will never think about France the same.
Very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yep.
Yes, it will.
Well, it's called a prophecy.
And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later.
I haven't put product in my hair in
Things
like
will
months.
develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world
Magical
precisely
meetings
to
is
give
not
people
the
a
term I
chance
want
to turn
them to
things
use.
around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh.
Suffer like what?
So there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy
Hey, it could be worse.
come
She could be a
true,
Bears fan.
I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side and my pain on the other,
Dude, her
is it
voice
not
actor
obvious
is
where
just
the
so
scales
good.
should tilt?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal.
I want that
I suppose
form of
this would also
Farina.
be
I
the
want
justice
this
that
one.
belongs to you. Huh? Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen
That
well.
dress is just amazing
Fontaine
looking. I
has
love
just
the
lost
colors.
its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
Yep.
That's right. You must begin a never-ending
she's also taller.
masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity.
Well, we do.
If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed,
Oh, wait.
then all hope will be lost.
But she's not telling her the full picture. That's why she cared so much.
A human assuming the role
Because
of a
then the
god
Heavenly
without
Principals wouldn't
being
believe it
exposed.
if Farina was
Don't
in on it.
worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into
The
a
true
real
outfits?
god.
When have we seen them in other
You
outfits?
simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine
Like
them
500
to be.
years and a dude from another
Being a human
universe
yourself,
to ruin
I'm
it.
sure you already know what such an entity would be like.
I wonder if it's because of
Remember,
my presence.
Your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task
Also,
ends.
this opera house is 500 years old.
I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting.
Oh god, she's just
I'll
like
be
a
looking forward
an
to it.
Ocean. A session speech? This is so cool. That's so cool. Making you walk around the stairs.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but
The what?
this is my first time facing the people.
Wait, so you just appear in the world at
What
this
should I
age and you don't
say
age
to
from
most
there?
appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
Also, wait, you've been wearing that same outfit for 500 years?
Good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese.
She's practicing
I'm
now.
sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice.
Rena's a Ruby character, no fit
Once
changes.
again,
Hey,
thank you
Ruby
all
changes
for coming.
fits.
If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Who are you to judge a god?
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake?
Because you are, but they don't know that. You know that you are.
If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy.
And this was her first test.
Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down.
And that created the personality that we know of.
What
Or that we saw.
do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play.
It's sealed for 500 years. I don't know what you mean by sealed.
Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule.
And immediately back
Now,
in character.
I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them?
And now she's just
It seems
gaslighting
that
them.
you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials
Starting character.
alongside
Well,
my
back in
august
character that we
self,
know of.
Here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a
Sun
debut
Wukong.
that
I
suited
don't
the
really know much of the
atmosphere.
story of Sun Wukong.
Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Yeah.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
And it worked.
Seems I've turned them around.
Which honestly, this feels like
Slow and restart
the
my excision.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. You know? Like, she's on trial right now with the audience as like a test run.
My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not.
So wait, is the
whether
Oratrice
you
a
trust
gift
me or
from
nay, I
Focalor?
say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said
Who
that
made the
this
Oratrice
nation's sins
Mécanique
can no
d'Analyse
longer be
Cardinal?
washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice.
Yeah, she does look
And
like
on the
Jellyfish from
other,
behind.
praise and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve.
Also, I'm literally just picking
That is
the
needed
more
is for
over the top
you,
options.
my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice,
Oh, the Oratrice
I
is...
shall
Wait,
even judge the
where is the
gods
Oratrice at? I don't
this
see it.
world.
Or maybe the Oratrice... Oh, wait, no. Isn't that what the Opera House is called? Is the Oratrice Epiclese is what it's called, right? The Oratrice d'Analyse Cardinal... No. The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is the judgment machine. Oh, we can actually walk now. Okay. Or walk fast.
Lady Farina, Here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Perusal, nice.
Come now. Was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette.
Why is Neuvillette even here? When did he arrive?
Trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous
No, don't ask me how to spell
trial
Origis Cardinal.
all things. How could you hope to understand?
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank
and
your
this is
own
just
sense of
her
perseverance
acting
instead.
throughout the years.
Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
Wait, can she actually fix that?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family, too. He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
That's crazy. Get a home visit from a god.
You're such a gentle and wise god. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
But here's the thing. If she appeases them, then they have no reason to doubt her. Because why would they want to? Why would they doubt her? Also, bed. Well, she is the perfect human.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of,
wait, so she was actually like running things? Because it always seemed like she never was responsible for anything.
As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Really? Have they found anything?
Nope. New house today, so I'm going to be too busy.
Afraid that they haven't found any effective solution.
I don't think I did. I think it's fine. There was that one camera flash
so?
that happened, but...
Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods, after all.
It's all good,
Still,
Eddie.
Their spirit
It's a good video.
is praiseworthy.
It's a Russian Badger video. And bed. I'm about to move. I'm having to help somebody else move tomorrow. I love helping people move.
I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track.
I think...
There are no longer any voices of suspicion.
I think one day I found out at work I had to move an entire pallet of bottles of water. 72 cases of water. And I had to move them across from one side of the building to the other side of the building and stack them up. I did it in like 40 minutes.
Tomorrow's a new day.
72 cases of water. I think I did the math and it was like thousands of pounds.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
Oh, the attitude.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
And now she's probably gonna
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen. This joyous
She just having to do this
moment is
over and
an
over and
honor
over
for
and
us
over and
both.
over and over again.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring.
Oh,
Keep me
Poisson.
informed should anything come up at the Institute.
2008? Oh, sure. Speaking of which, I still need to get my dual disc back from Micah.
I don't think I let anything slip today.
She has to ask her
People
this
that
question
there's
every day.
nothing to worry about. I just don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today, too.
And that explains why she was terrified when Father jumped her. Because she has no power. So she's been doing all this, looking for solutions. That's nuts. Let anyone find out she has no power? For 500 years. How do you never once
Lady Farina,
come into a situation where you have to showcase power?
It's like a dream being able to speak with you up
How are you
close
able
like
to
this.
use this facade for
I've heard that the
500
first member
years?
of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Dioteria, almost 20 generations ago.
20.
And what a
Wow.
fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful
20
believer.
generations have
A
passed.
descendant of a line most ardent.
So that means the Fontainians do reproduce.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina. My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Nope.
Oh, really now? I didn't even notice.
See, this is why you cry in the shower. Pro tip.
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No wonder.
The smile while crying. Felt
A
that.
manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed.
When water loves water, it makes more water. If you water water, it grows.
Interminable. So lonely.
So that's why she just kind of like it. Oh, she thought she failed. When her trial was over, she thought she got caught.
Years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more. I never imagined that it would hurt so much.
The fact that she can never tell anybody. She never trusted anybody enough to tell them.
Reached my limit. No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears.
Do I feel Farina's pain? Yes.
I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. But there's not even a sliver of hope that we might.
She doesn't even have the full picture
All
either.
I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
And she will because of you. Because she didn't tell you everything. Scene 182,376, brother. What? Is that days? Is every day its own scene?
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you.
Wait, is she about to tell us the biggest secret ever?
People are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Was she actually? Would I? What? After 500 years, I was gonna be the one to break her? Ayo.
share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone.
No.
Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call.
But that would have
witness.
ruined the Heavenly Principles because they would have known. I think, right?
Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
Literally right now I am.
If that's the case...
And then that's
He's
when...
right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price.
No,
Farina,
she couldn't.
You shouldn't be selfish.
This sucks. I hate this for her.
If it's really alright, Farina.
It's not.
You've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself
No,
first
it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It would have ruined everything. It would have ruined 500 years and you wouldn't have even known why.
To do anyway, to find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows. Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard.
Ayo. I don't want to think about anything long and hard.
No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine.
How the game Let's Play Another Limited was screwed everything over. 500 years of progress almost gone.
Is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
What, Leroy? Now we're on stage. The fact that she had the choice and she made that choice. That makes it even tougher.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
She couldn't have.
It had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is only half
that
the
Fossilor
truth,
was going to save the day,
is it
but
not?
correct Farina
How would you build on this foundation to save
is the one that
people
saved the
of
day.
Fontaine?
She
That is
succeeded.
the most important thing.
Ah, good. Of course, the Eudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
What is it
I've
called?
always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human
The
voice
Oratrice
within the core
D'Annalise
chamber.
Cardinal?
It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along.
Aha!
Am I right?
And then
Guiding.
I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me.
So was she helping
Yes,
Farina through
it
that,
would
or
seem
helping
so, wouldn't
the
it?
story?
Alas,
Like she was helping the
your
whole
understanding
plan
of this
from
device
there.
still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
Beg your pardon?
So it could have happened a lot sooner if somebody would have suspected
And
or
to
put
be
her on
more
trial.
precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed.
A ghost in a shell.
I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratries.
Focalor's about to die.
But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all part of your plan then?
Yep.
Both the trial and the sentence?
The fact that
this power,
it seems like she has more control of the situation than
could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratries. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne.
I might upload this to YouTube. This is sick. This whole like cutscene is sick.
And breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Furina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
Wait, so is Neuvillette gonna be the savior now?
No,
like she's about to sacrifice
Getting
herself
sad again, are we?
But Neuvillette becomes the Archon,
right? The authority
right?
of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
Yeah.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked.
Igiria's mess.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime?
That's a fair point.
Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed.
Yeah.
I, for my part,
that's true,
am
yeah.
the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you?
So there's no more Hydro Archon, but Neuvillette is going to be filling
in
the
the process
hole.
of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans
so in all intents
and
and purposes,
their right to exist in this
the
world
Hydro Archon
would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words,
so essentially I just didn't word it the way that y'all wanted me to word
justice. And to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too.
Yeah, how did you even come to exist in this world, Neuvillette?
I now
when did you make an
understand the
appearance?
true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalor.
but just.
Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Nuts. Yay, cutscene.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common.
I mean, she's had 500 years to come to terms with this.
Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Oh, so he's been there for 500 years. Okay. And the swords are gonna come crashing down. X marks the spot. So we're still gonna be left with Farina behind the human Farina, who of course has a vision but no gnosis. Oof. And there's... Yep, there's your power back, I guess. Or all of it is? Or... Thank you, Farina, for all you've done. So, will Farina know what she had done from this moment? Oh. Sukuna is really sad here. Look at that rain. Oh my god! Oh, my sovereign, I guess. Bro has his power.
Judex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
I guess I got dark because of the... Either my Xbox thought I had been just watching stuff for too long, or... This is a movie, by the way. So I'm guessing he's a Heavenly Principal, yeah. Is he? No, he's not, though. He's not. But, because he's, like, the judge, he has the power to decide that?
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried
Navdi, you have no idea.
Bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
Like that Heavenly Principals are above the Sovereigns.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Oh, boss fight. Let's go.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
Brother, we have a full power
I
Sovereign.
the strength sufficient to deal with it.
You could say that.
Certain means. I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from
Oh,
that
Sovereigns
creature.
are from Tivat? Oh.
We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me,
it's
traveler.
about to get
The
destroyed.
hour of execution has come.
Oh, wow. Where'd you get that line from? Well, I have experience fighting this thing. I hate the fight. I know how to fight it, though. To get Navia's talent. I don't think I've fully upgraded Verdict since last week. I think it's like one level away, or one ascension away. Well, I know how to fight it. I struggle with the fight. Where you at?
How are we going to do that? It's huge!
Easily, I've done it multiple times.
To separate the power of the primordial sea from the wave. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within.
And we will do that because
share a part of the ancient dragon's power. We shall look for an opening together.
Oh, come on.
Its sorrow turning into hostility.
I'm not even sure what that means. Oh, yeah, it's doing that.
Feeling lucky?
I mean, we're just shooting a little bit. Hey, you. Have fun with this.
That's the way. Watch out!
Devouring Narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Yep, Maelstrom effect. Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. That does a big deal. And I could've... Yeah, now we're about to get eaten. Yeah, it's okay. Take long and murder it. Take an extra 30 minutes. Why would it take 30 minutes? Yeah, bro got them hands. I hate this part of the fight. Like, it always just takes so long. I guess?
Bow your head. I have granted you my protection.
Oh.
Do not fear. Seize the moment.
But, yeah, I didn't have... Because I used that to... Ah. What the heck? Use a Hydro Traveler? What?
Where'd that come from?
Wait, Navia just died.
The might of the primordial sea.
Yeah, like, I hate this fight. It's just ridiculously dumb. I think Navia just died, and Nuvla's like, no, you don't. And now we can do this. Yeah, that's all we had to do. Ooh, cutscene. Yeah, now it's just gonna be weekends, gonna be one spot. So why is this so bright? We literally just ate like a world-eating narwhal, by the way. Not a black hole. Whoa! Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you going? Was that child? Oh, that's SKIRK?
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but...
Who's our voice actor?
Oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
Is she just edgy Shinha?
Earlier than I thought. What a blunder.
Like, from appearance-wise?
I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
That power.
Cat Protron.
Who are you exactly?
I don't know if I've heard her or anything.
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. SKIRK, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say
Dude,
to the weak.
those socks, I think?
You, on the other hand,
I don't know, I just love,
managed
like,
to defeat the
Stolas's Galaxy Cape and Helvaboss looks sick. Fossilor's, like, dress with the ombre stars looks sick. Her socks with the ombre stars look sick.
I have to agree.
Stockings?
It's a strange
Okay,
use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal.
How
That kind of
powerful are
power is
you?
wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
And she's the next banner?
Miss SKIRK? I think you might have missed the point.
The
But
point
she's a
being...
harbinger. Like, is she like a top 3 harbinger? Top 5?
Destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
She's not a harbinger? What?
So
Who
you
is she?
don't
Is she a
know.
sovereign?
Sorry, I assumed you did.
Entire other girl.
His
Who
name
are
is
you?
Sertologi.
That sounds like a drug.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Foul?
I've heard of Foul Legacy.
The Foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
What?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either.
Who are you?
But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait,
Someone from
didn't you
Monosat?
also
Yeah.
mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
So this is what
Actually,
everybody's
never
excited
mind
for?
that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you.
Oh, cool.
Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos.
This is almost a 3-hour
In other words,
stream,
the
by the
prophecy
way.
that you've
Holy
been fretting
crap.
over should now be in full swing.
What?
What? Come true. Wait, is she a Heavenly Principal?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
The Foul Child is a power called Foul
In the
Legacy,
end,
not even coincidence. Oh yeah,
the
obviously.
people will all be dissolved into the waters.
But they won't.
And
You
only
saved them.
Farina will remain.
You saved them, Farina. Don't be sad. No, you can be a human now. Oh. Oh, that's not good. You trying to tell me nobody climbed the mountains?
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine
Is this Fremine?
be washed away.
Who's narrating that? Or did this actually happen? Oh, it actually, that's what they were talking about. The prophecy will be fulfilled. Wait, are they gonna be human now? Wait, they weren't dissolved?
Hey! Help! Over here!
So maybe they're real humans now and no longer oceanians. Which I guess is kind of like, well, if we came from the oceans, then... How was that hat stain on your head, Navia? Forgot to turn the rain off? Yeah, so he really made it rain on him. Oh, cool, we're playing Bioshock now. Oh, there's the big boat from Poisson. Was it in Poisson?
All hands, initiate
No,
emergency
no, it
rescue.
wasn't Poisson. It was the prison. So I knew it was underground. There is a big boat in Poisson. That's the where the headquarters is, isn't it? The flood is because of the whale? The Fortress of Maripede. Risley is the Noah. Okay, Fermine, how was your body able to withstand the kind of pressures of being underwater? Dude, I go 8 feet deep in the water and my head, like, I can start feeling the pressure on my, like, jaw and teeth. Well, I guess people can't drown.
Look, the water's receding.
Oh, so it was literally just it was a temporary flood. Cool, cool. Didn't realize we were in Western North Carolina. I live in North Carolina. I've seen Western North Carolina. It's still destroyed.
The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Yeah, you were saved and you don't even know it. Well, yeah, I mean, you know that you were saved, but you don't know why you were saved. And now she's like, you did it! You did it, Farina!
Are you alright?
500 years. I hope it was worth it.
What's wrong?
No, it's because of you. Is Focalor gonna tell her, or no? Or maybe she could just assume that she did it. She's gonna be like, oh yes, I succeeded in Focalor, you know, succeeding, but in reality, she did it all. North Carolina should get busy fixing North Carolina. It is really bad. Oh, Navi's newspaper. Nice.
The Spina di Rosula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited
Charlotte.
Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated.
Not all soil.
Like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it.
That's a weird analogy.
Skyship Winglet, Booner Brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute.
Is an SAO bridge? What?
Speaking
Speaking of which, something witty is live streaming right now. Might read. Dude, Brent's live streaming, like Thero's live streaming, something witty's live streaming, and Lady Swan are all streaming, and Nostalgia Critic.
Which to classify him and his team. Wow, Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Juria and Navi?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down.
Nice.
The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind
media.
Those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
That's true, we were a part of it.
That's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed.
That's true.
And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Oh, you've never gotten to meet Risley?
Sure? Hasn't he turned you down?
Becky, the red salamander lady that cured.
Oh, this time will be different.
Becky.
Come on. Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress.
Oh.
There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
So she's the... Okay, she's the, like, the new season of SAO Abridged. The finale. Do we just finish it off, guys? Do we just finish it off? And I waited too long to do the navigate. Where do I go? What? Oh. Let's just finish it off. Screw it. If it thinks I'm taking that path, absolutely not. Wait, who?
Navia!
Who's she talking to? Oh, is that a Fatui?
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Maybe he's not a Fatui, actually.
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update
It kind of
myself
looks
on
like
how things are going
Risley's
here.
outfit.
Oh,
it is a
the
Fatui,
Fatui are
okay.
here too.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun Snežević. He
That's his
represented
name.
the Knave in sending us a large
Father.
amount of supplies, and is helping
We
with
haven't
our
seen
work.
Father.
Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte.
So we
I'm
can't
a big
bring
fan of
people
yours.
back?
I especially like that article you wrote last year
Company
about
Squeakers,
Fontaine's
yeah.
stray cats.
Oh.
But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from.
Odd.
I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Why do you want to do this without recognition?
You're back too.
Oh, Clorin.
How are things?
You're back. Yeah.
We finished laying
yeah.
down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Well, I want SKIRK now.
You're here too, Clorian?
Well, her reputation's
Man, I'll have
greatly
to
risen after that
do her
whole
trial,
duel
because,
business
like,
with Miss Farina.
there's characters
so
I've
she's
liked,
here in
but, like,
Poisson to wait out the heat.
didn't like playing as, and then
all
didn't
right,
want.
all right. She really came here to help me out.
Because I can't use
There's
them.
too much
it
to
wasn't for
consider in
having
the
them.
reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Motivation safe. It's next
Just a
update.
moment.
I literally just.
Asking a few questions? You know, about how
Yeah,
you felt
I would
before
have
the
to
duel,
win the
about what it
50-50.
was
I don't
like
know
facing down a god.
how
There's
often
lots of
you can
exciting
really
material
get
there, I bet.
wishes.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
Like, I don't think it's
I see you're the same as
really
always.
possible for me to
Couldn't
get
you
enough
do me a
wishes in
favor
time.
for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the traveler.
Because I was forced to do the
It's better than
guarantee
wasting time
for
persuading Cloran, at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him
for
off that easy.
Escoffier.
All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and
And-
smile.
Like, I lost a 50-50 for Escoffier or whatever her name is. And then I lost a 50-50 for Verdict.
Not bad.
For Navia's
Your
weapon.
addition really helped the composition of the picture.
So then I had
Hang
to
on
get.
a moment. Let me snap a few more shots.
So like, oh, you lost 50-50, so guaranteed. No, I needed to get Escoffier, but I also got a weapon first.
All right, that
which is
should do
wild.
it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
400 to get a guarantee.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you.
How long do we have
Miss
until that
Cloran.
patch?
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess
Work
too.
with SKIRK?
I asked
Really?
Sishin,
I didn't
who
know
told
that.
Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's
But also, would I need SKIRK if I
very
have
complete
Escoffier? Would she
information
fit into
chain.
my team at all?
In
I guess we
truth,
don't know
all
how
Monsieur
SKIRK's
Nervillette
gonna
asked me was,
play.
when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridsley will make a personal appearance.
A little over 2
You're
weeks.
right.
Oof.
I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Well, I'm about to get
safe
the
now.
wishes at the start of the month.
Tell me if you hear anything interesting.
A separate
I'll
team,
treat you to
possibly as
afternoon
well.
tea in exchange.
I mean, I already have like an entire separate team of. Oh, that's far away. I already had like look at like. No, I want characters. Characters, not map. Like Cloran, Bennett, who's that? Yeah. Escoffier. We have Mona. Never used Dea. Like, wait, is that? Yeah, that's. I could have a second team of nothing but 5 stars on top of the team of already 5 stars. Which, I mean, there's more to it than just being a 5-star character. Obviously, they're the strongest, but at the same time, it's also not... Like, Bennett is just a fake 5-star, really. Pull for SKIRK. Yeah, you have 1,000 wishes. Good for a team of all Hydro and Cryo.
Guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic
Would I get rid of her
feeling
for
to this
Malvika,
place.
though?
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke, did you come all the way?
I like how I'm more willing to remove the Pyro Archon than I am to remove Navia.
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Navia's a
Of course,
nuke.
of course.
Yeah. Especially now that
All
she
right,
has
then.
her weapon.
This way.
Pretty good artifacts on her, too. I'm upping her talents as well. So Navia's becoming a monster. Already was, even more so now.
Hmm? Hey, no need to be so Miss Charlotte, do these pictures
My
really
size
need to
starts
be
to wander
published
is all
on the
that's left.
cover of the Steambird?
Oh, that's so cool,
It
Flopper.
would seem that
I
Miss
love autograph
Lorvine
stuff.
doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier. Hmm?
Sir, please
Are these
don't say
two
things
not,
like
together?
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
I think they have.
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved
end-user
the
license
people.
agreement.
Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend.
Signatures, autograph.
Still, if I might ask,
What do you mean?
where's that flying ship now?
Not autograph, signature weapons.
Oh! Exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels
Someone
of our
touches
factory.
grass. Oh.
I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to
Because
get
no, a
shot.
lot of these voice actors go to convention stuff. Like, I have a new
Well, then in
Valette
that
signed
case,
poster by
could
Ray
I have
Chase.
an interview
Shout out
with
to
you to
Dark
make up
Horse
for
for
that
that.
loss?
So cool. And it literally says, Oatrice Mechanically Dianalis Cardinal on it.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid.
I mean, it's right next to
Best
my
you interview our head nurse
Nezuko
instead.
signed poster by Abby
Or
Trott,
perhaps you'd
the
like to
English
take
voice
another
actor.
photo of this
And in
couple of
between
researchers?
both of those is the
Did you
Trevor
really
Lawrence
have to
signed
use the
jersey,
word
the
couple?
quarterback for the Jacksonville
Well
Jaguars.
then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Thanks,
What other
sir.
signed stuff?
Pretty
Tate
noisy
McRae
here.
signed CD.
We've seen this kind of... Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to
I
try
have
this new drink I came
I have
up
sports cards signed by athletes.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse?
What else? Any other
Sure.
signed stuff in
Come
there?
on, Miss Siegewayne. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Sure.
How long is this finale going on, though?
So, how have things been at...
Same old, same old.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
I'll just leave this.
Okay. Above ground with him?
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's
No,
good
whatever.
news and bad
What
news.
was Sumeru-
The good being that their boss
what was
seems
Sumeru's
fine.
finale even like?
The bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will mine.
Doesn't have to be.
As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Cool. Is this finale done?
In that case, let's
Thanks,
call
Leg.
it a day here.
Thanks for your
The
cooperation.
stream is going on way too
Come
long.
on, Traveler. Let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
I would assume.
knows?
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then.
That'd be decent.
All right.
The
let's
place is so
stop the
mysterious.
docks.
Dude, I am... Why? I mean, this is where it all started, right? You know what's faster than an elevator? Gravity. Cutscene. I knew it was gonna happen.
They really are here!
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together.
Traveler.
I did not realize that the finale would
Miss
really be
Charlotte,
4
too.
finales. Maybe more.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is
Oh, that again?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them.
Or trick a friend. I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
I don't know. You tell me. Chivalrous. Oh.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by I'll help you make some more friends.
That's not how friends work.
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Dude, the
And
people
it
that
sure is working
talk
hard to
so
help
slow.
Remine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
That's cool.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That makes sense.
Said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
That's true. Maybe they won't know him as a diver, though.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first...
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
Elcor from Mass Effect? I've never played
My,
Mass Effect.
that
I know nothing
Charlotte
about
is
Mass
rather
Effect. Apparently it's a
perceptive.
dating sim.
She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
Thanks, Father.
She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's alright. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard.
Yeah, what is she doing?
Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervillet opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Wait, does that mean he's not at full power?
Diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
What?
Yes.
What?
I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things
Something
going
witty with the raid? Holy, we were just talking about that.
for the incident with Lord
Apparently,
Child, or
SKIRK's
thanks
voice
for his help
actor,
in tying
who we
the
just met,
all-devouring Narwhal down.
is in SAO
Furthermore,
Abridged.
Father did also lend significant
Hey
aid
guys!
to Fontaine and Poisson.
I was just talking about how everybody is live streaming right now. Welcome in, everybody. We are wrapping up Fontaine's Archon quest right now.
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Mr.
I should be playing
Nervillet
Crash
has had a
4 or
significant
Crash
change
Bandicoot
of
4
heart
tomorrow as
regarding the
well.
matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Nervillet
That's
knows about?
crazy. Hi.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
I didn't get a heads
yes,
up
speaking
from,
of which, I did see him strolling around the
Oh,
entrance to the
God,
fortress
why
of
can I not think of
Maripede a
names?
while back.
the Smug Squad this time. Last time I had a warning.
Didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to
Crash
the maid,
Bandicoot.
right? What about Child?
They
Yeah,
say
where
that
is
he's
Child
returned
at?
to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Is that where the Narwhal went to?
That's true.
Cat?
When you think about it, we
Cortana?
had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
We're not. We're not allied.
shocked by such a simple switching
Father?
of sides?
Is that Father? 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 Father!
Father!
Well, what do
We
you
should have
know?
felt her presence way
Come to the
before.
docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
Did we get to see it? Let's see it. Let's see this nose.
That is our duty as harbingers, yes.
I don't like
be
that.
too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks.
I mean, y'all do
Switching
wear a lot of
my
masks.
is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly
So-
knows what the future holds.
So SKIRK is
What
not
good
like
is honesty if
from
you can't
this.
rely on it forever.
She is from this world, right?
As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it.
They have
Thank
5
you for
noses
keeping
now.
it safe for
Isn't
him
there
this
7
entire
total?
time.
What happens if they get all the Infinity Stones?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Don't tell me Malvika's. Wait,
Greetings,
does that mean
Mr.
Malvika
Journalist.
is the 6th? Who is the 7th?
Hello.
Is that gonna be
If I'm not
the?
mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That doesn't make sense.
That is correct.
What is the other
So
one?
forgive me, but I will not be
We're
able
not
to
getting
serve as a
Shesnaya
subject
next,
in
are
your
we?
article. However, feel free to
Or
write
are
as
we
much
getting,
as you like about our
Conria
dear magicians
next?
and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
So does that mean Neuvillette doesn't have
Farewell,
full, isn't at full power now?
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture.
So Conria?
I've already
No,
wrapped
wait.
up all my pre-scheduled
Non-cry?
interviews.
What is that?
Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket
Nod
before you
cray?
go?
What is nod cray?
Here, traveler.
An
Paimon,
area?
you take one too.
I guess they need extra time for Conria?
That's
or
right.
Shesnaya?
Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this
The
must be
Saritsa
life.
is the Cryo Archon.
We will all follow our own paths.
Yeah, because Conria is a
and
ruin.
serendipity will lead you to your fated
And
friends.
Shesnaya is
Alright
going to be
then.
the
We'll be handing out
cryo
pockets in
realm,
some other
right?
districts later, so we'll get going now.
Because the
Have
two
a
are
good
from
day, you two.
Shesnaya, and Shesnaya is supposed to be like Russia, and Russia is mostly cold. So that makes sense that it's going to be a frozen wasteland.
Of course he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to worry.
Shut up, Paimon. To knows which would be weaker, not newbie. The non-perfectly positioned fountain. Have another dragon. Ooh, I would love another sovereign. Combined for. Oh, it's on this side. Oh.
The entrance to the fortress. Ooh, he really is there.
This has to be the end, right? I got sneezed. Pomegranate. If that. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Pain.
Oh, you really are here, Neuvillette. Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I
Thank you.
suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and
Little.
all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
The truth? Okay. So we don't have to sit through all that. But are the Heavenly Principles not like always watching or something?
So that's
Or maybe they just don't look that closely.
Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon.
I want
sovereign.
more
But
sovereigns.
Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the
I just want
authority
more
of the
time for
ancient
us
dragons
talking.
refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood.
Oh.
After the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans.
Oh,
and
didn't I
thus
say
would
that?
naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Yeah.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn
Into real
Oceanids
people.
into real people too.
So, but they were able to reproduce and stuff.
It seems from your expressions that you
I
still
guess
have more things you
Oceanids
wish to
can
ask.
do that?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a
Also, this is like the
gift or
ending.
something.
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis.
He's like, yeah,
Their
I'm not
sole
worried.
remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The
Gianni,
Oratrice has
who's
ceased to
Gianni?
function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine.
Oh.
If the
He's
Fatui
like, oh, I
have
don't need
impure
this.
designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology
No,
to
he really
Child.
just doesn't need it.
Ask away. I will tell
Gabriel
you
and
the truth
Ultra
as I
Kill?
know
Oh, he definitely should.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young.
Oh,
But whether it be
okay,
by
narwhal.
sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause
big
of the
name of
disaster.
small-time voice actors.
At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalors deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalors had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans.
Yes.
Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Yes.
Life has always flowed like water. Do you
Wait.
recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah. Lynette said
Wait,
the
but
fountain is where
no
all
one
the
had
souls of Fontaine
kids.
converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Oh, so they did have kids.
Paimon sorta gets
But
it.
it only happened to the people that went to that
Seems
fountain?
like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume?
Yes.
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a
Which
travel
I guess
guide,
we'll be starting
so
that
all
like
I can
next
do is
week
tell
or
you
something?
what I know about that land.
Or doing the event, maybe? I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
I don't know about that.
Nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No.
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there.
Why?
Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is
Maybe
also
an
the nation
immediate
of war.
or intermediate
War
quest for
ravages
Nalan?
those
Why?
lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Captain. So he's gonna be the person that's behind stuff in Notland? Probably orchestrating all the wars?
Harbinger doing their thing.
Doing their thing,
I
aka
suggest
being
that you
bad
fully
guys.
Prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
Ask away.
Ask away.
Yeah.
I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I mean, Fontaine's future might as well.
Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Yeah, wait.
Lady
Where'd she
Farina.
go?
The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalors' words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she
Oh, so
seemed
she knows.
neither saddened nor comforted. She
Okay.
simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
Now she can be a normal human.
Got a place to stay, right?
Oh, I'm sure she'll be welcome.
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel.
Nice.
In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But
But
now
also-
that she no longer has to play the role
Will
of
she
Focalor the
die?
Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down
Like
her
she will,
burdens
like she
and
will
lead
grow
her
old
own
and
life.
die, right?
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the
He's like, I'm gonna make it rain.
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function.
He's just gonna be the
this
judge
matter
now.
will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do.
When they age? Well, I mean, she's looked the same for 500 years.
In a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I
Kirsten's
attend
blowing
to
up my phone because I'm not
responsibilities,
texting her. Because I've been
I
live
must
streaming
first
for
and
3
foremost
hours.
Continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it?
Oh, she was
But
cursed.
the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know.
That's everything. No question about the sister, though?
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis.
What? No more questions. Oh, we have one more question.
You mentioned
What?
that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named SKIRK after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Skirt. Skirt, skirt?
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over.
I wouldn't go anywhere without Nouvelette. Nice.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend.
She can smell
I'm
power.
sure I've encountered something like this before.
Origins of power.
What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
What?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Oh.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
Yeah.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young. And I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only
So that's why
natural
she's,
for
like,
those
out of touch
who are
with stuff.
greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense. Which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans.
Oh, so you're not a human.
Regardless,
What
you
are
should
you?
probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
That?
No need to
Not
fret.
good.
These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Dude, Skirk's so cool.
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask
Also,
him.
she like
I'll
one-shotted
be
that
sure to
narwhal.
pass the answer on to you next time.
Yeah, but she still
Next
refers
time.
to somebody else as master.
You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
Who was your disciple? Who's your disciple? He? Who?
That's
It's
what
not
she told
Traveler.
me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of
Oh, child.
the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play.
Oh yeah, child gets sent
that
back to
is what she
Shesnai
meant
to
to
recover.
say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
Especially from Fatui. But the Fatui want all that cursed energy for some reason.
I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Don't look at me like that.
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now.
I wonder if the future of Genshin Impact is going to be like Traveler dies
Third descender and all.
and splits into more elements or more visions,
That's what you say, but this topic
right?
still feels like bad luck.
And that's how they add new elements to the game.
Child recovers. Let's get some more answers out of
Genshin
him.
Impact 2, Electric
Look for
Boogaloo.
his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too
Cursed
many
energy?
blind
Yeah.
guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
All right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
And done. That was a great line to end it on, too. I got 30 primos for that. That's it. Oh, nope. Nope. Give me this. Alright. That was it? Oh, really? Let's finally ever talk to Nuvolette. Why?
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
No, we already know that. We already know
I
this.
suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
I would imagine. Okay. Let's go pick up my dailies from the best, Jesus.
Ad Astra Abyssos.
And daily
Thank
commissions.
you for completing today's.
Nope, no dialogue changes. Yeah, I really don't
Astra.
know. There's like, I don't think there's any way I can get everything to get SKIRK, as I lost all the 50-50s possible beforehand. Is there like that? No. What is? There was like a thing. What is that thing at? It wasn't the events, right? No, it wasn't the event. It was like that login thing. Wish. Well, that's not enough wishes. That's just straight up not enough wishes. Like, cool. I now have what, 3 wishes? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I would also have to win the 50-50 as well. But I'm about to get what, these, the 5 here. The Stellar Reunion. Yes, that thing. I never know how to get to it. Is it under quests? No.
I
It's
really
here.
want.
Reunion reward. Claim all. Cool. Oh, this is about to be day 7. Okay. So I'll get 200 primos there. What is this? Exploration rewards? Oh, okay. Cool. Wait, so am I... Wait. Level up rewards? Oh, okay. So am I about to start Notlin as this ends? So I'm not going to get any of this?
Traveling. I don't mind where we go. As long
Am I
as have
seriously
my
going to
friends
be
with me.
just timed in the worst possible way? That's insane. But we have Iscafe. We need to get some more Ascension materials for her. I think, yeah, Clorin's also... Oh, actually, she needs to go more. I need a ton of Starfish. And these things, because I've been using these for talents for Monsieur Nouvelette and his talents, as well as Navia's talents, which are getting up there. Tainari is going to be, like, removed from the squad. Malvika, because we haven't done Notlin yet. And if we get Iscafe, because I believe she's a healer, which means we'll be able to swap Nouvelette off of Prototype Amber, and hopefully I'll be able to get his signature weapon. Because I believe she does, like, healing and stuff. I still need to get artifacts for her. I haven't used her yet in-game, other than everything. Oh, well, I mean, I could level these up.
My time with the Spina
Not
taught
looking
me
at
that
the new?
carrying
Oh,
an
well.
unreliable weapon
Well,
is worse than not
Fontaine
carrying
Final
one
Store.
at
I
all.
think it was amazing. This might be uploaded on YouTube. Because why not in the gaming channel? So if you enjoyed this video, that'd be awesome. You could join my Discord server. One of the most active chats in my Discord server is the Hoyoverse chat. And you also get notified every single time I go live. I try to stream Genshin every single Friday. Love the game. And, yeah, I try to play it every Friday. I genuinely enjoy this game and look forward to it. So, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. But until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing